Hello everyone. I'm on camera here to announce some projects that I'm working on this year. I've been more motivated than I have been in a long time. I'm in a pretty good place mentally, and I've got several things in the works and I want to show everyone what I've been up to. Let's start with music. I've been working on some collabs. I'm going to start reaching out to a few people later this year to do collabs for the next Ponies at Dawn album. I'd love to have a track on there, even if it's just a feature. I think I'm ready to be able to get onto that. This Halloween, I'm gonna be making a horrorcore track. It's been far too long, but since I've been stupidly edgy, and I want to do something fun for that. Also experimenting with some new things. I'm trying to make a song completely out of samples. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So here's the first project of this style. As you can see, I'm basically just collecting a couple of source tracks and I'm cutting it up and putting it together here. It's still very much, this particular project is the first of its kind, the first that I'm trying, and it's still pretty early in production. I hope it turns out well. I also want to start doing music production, making my own instrumentals versus just being a pure vocalist. My goal is one song every 2 months. We'll see if I'm able to make that goal. But I want to introduce my current big music project. As you saw, Queen of Hearts is a Chrysalis themed album. It's going to be spanning multiple rap styles. It's going to come with a narrative, and I'm thinking of putting in some reading material. I want to make it kind of like a whole narrative concept album-y thing. I'm going to be telling a complete story, Chrysalis' story across 10 songs. This is probably the biggest music project I've ever attempted. Now, music isn't the only thing I'm going to be working on this year. I'm going to be getting into video essays, I think. My first project will discuss the edgy content of the MLP fandom, its roots, its legacy, comparing the old stuff to the new stuff, and how people react to it. For far too long, the conversation around edgy material, especially from back then, and just us in general, has been dictated by people outside of our community for far too long, with no input from us about how we get talked about. And I like to change that. I like to be that voice for us. You know, I want to talk to the community, get community voices, and actually present how we feel about us on various topics to the wider world. There are other topics I want to go over, but this will be the focus this year. And I'm going to be working on getting art of my OCs to help with these video projects, so they look a little better. And I'm looking forward to seeing how people react to it once it's done. There are other things I'm doing. I'm learning to get better at drawing. I'm messing around with 3D art. Many of you may not know, but I also make video games as well. I'm a video game designer. I have a degree in it. I mostly just make little small personal projects, but I'd like to start sharing those publicly with people. You know, I want to start getting a little bit more open about that kind of stuff. I've been doing video game stuff for a while. I'm currently the I'm design team leader on Ashes of Equestria, the Fallout Equestria game. And I'm currently writing a Fallout Equestria side fic. In light of all this, I'm going to start a public Discord server for anybody who wants to follow with my creative projects and also share their own works as well. I'd like to facilitate a creative community where we're all creatives, we all make stuff, we all share our art and what we do. I'd love to put that together. I'm also going to be working on a website so I can host everything I've ever made all in one spot. And I've also started posting on TikTok. Now, my TikTok content is more just short form vlogs. No real content. It's just kind of like personal thoughts. Just a little handful of like couple minute topics I want to talk about. If I get something to hold my phone, I'll probably do dance videos because I like dancing. That's one of the things I like doing at like convention concerts. I'm big into dancing, and I like to dance. And if I do dance, one thing I'd like to do is like make videos where I kind of like John Madden style break down my dance moves and see where I can improve. Maybe I'll start streaming. I have a live stream channel, but it's not gonna be like my main focus, and it probably won't be very often. The streams will be mostly me playing through gaming history, so if I ever do go live, it's probably gonna be something ancient. And that's the end of this update. I hope I see you guys on the Discord. The link to everything will be in the description. So, thanks for hearing me out.